Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge applause for Johnson Anyan Kanyar.
Some people see constraints as limitations simply because they don't have everything they need in life to succeed. Necessities such as better education, proper medical care, and access to unlimited resources. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you had to borrow educational stationeries from your friends in school or borrow basketball shoes because you cannot afford it back? Constraints don't limit us, they shape us. They force us to think differently. They push us to innovate. In fact, many of our greatest strengths are born from such limitations. For example, a basketball player without the best court learns to sharpen footwork in smaller spaces with limited resources. A student with tight words limits learns to express ideas with clarity and power. And a young person facing a cultural or financial constraints learns resilience, adaptability, and vision. Across the world, millions of students, laborers, children, and athletes face different kinds of constraints every single day of their lives. Some lack equipment, others face strict rules, and others try to balance heavy responsibilities. Yet time and again, those very challenges become the path for their growth. I would like to highlight an example of a student with bad grades and overall poor performances in class. Such students always blame teachers for their failures. Sometimes they think they're in the wrong school just because they never considered constraint as part of their academic journey. They think everything comes easier, but that's not how life works. If you don't try, if you don't go through constraints, you will never get what you want in life. As simple as that. In 1926, Dr. Robert Goddard launched the first liquid fuel rocket. At that time, people mocked his idea because he didn't have modern technology or massive funding. But his limitations pushed him to experiment and to innovate. And that's why today, his work helps us make space exploration possible. Creativity under constraints isn't just survival. It's a transformation. It's about turning limits into opportunities. It's about proving that innovation thrives not in abundance, but in challenges. So the next time you face a challenge or a boundary, don't see it as a wall. See it as a friend. Because your creativity can shine brighter than you ever imagined. And always remember, Andre Gide once said, art thrives in limitation. Freedom kills it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attention. I'm Johnson Anyar, 10A Senior High School, Semester Bilingual Boarding School.